Hey everybody, take number 3, trying to do an update video on the Typhoon. I don't know why, but every time I start to make a video, somebody calls me. And just in case you didn't know, when you're making a video on your phone and somebody calls you, it ends your video. So that was wonderful. But I put my phone on airplane mode, so let them call away. I'm not going to be interrupted anymore. So anyway, I wanted to start in the back of the Typhoon and work my way forward. The rear end that came in this 93 Typhoon, I think is listed as like a 7 5/8 10 bolt. Well, it's not strong at all. But Richard found out by researching on the internet that an 02 Chevy Extreme, I think, has a 30 or 31 spline 8.5 10 bolt, which is a huge upgrade as far as strength is concerned. I think he even just went with the factory axles for now, because the 8.5 is so much beefier than the rear end he took out of here. It's an actual, upgrade that should handle the power that we're going to be putting down, knock on wood. He also installed homemade cow track bars, which definitely stopped all his wheel hop, axle wrap, all that crap that he was having before. Stopped once he did the 8.5 upgrade with the cow tracks. So he did put a brand new posi unit in it with the 342 gear, because you have to match your front diff and your rear diff on these all-wheel drive cars. So as far as that goes, that was an excellent upgrade and worked perfect. And then we'll go up to the middle of the vehicle. He had blown up that stage 3 Mad Dog 700 R4 that was supposed to be good to like 650 or 700 horsepower. Yeah, that died a quick death. So he upgraded to the 4L80E with the PTC custom 3500 stall. I think it's a dual disc. But someone was asking me, oh, is it still all-wheel drive? Most certainly, 100%. See if you guys can see. It's still all-wheel drive. It's, that was the whole goal, was to maintain that all-wheel drive launch, to give this thing every advantage that it could have on the street. But we wanted to upgrade the transmission, because, hello, wasting money on a transmission that can't even handle a turbo 4.3 would never live behind any real power. So he went with the 4L80E. It's controlled by the Holley Dominator EFI system, which he already had. So I just wanted to point out that if anybody wants to upgrade to the 4L80E, they do have to have some kind of a controller for that transmission. I think TCI sells a standalone controller if you didn't want to spend the money to go with one of these other like Holley EFI systems. But when you look at that overall cost, you might be better off just waiting and buying a good Holley system or something similar to handle the engine management and the transmission. So, he's trying to build it right, because he's tired of breaking parts, and I think that's how everybody learns. They end up building something that's more powerful than, what can be tolerated. They break parts and they think, well, I'm not going to do that again like that. I'm going to learn from my mistakes and build something stronger. Sometimes when you have a lot of patience and a large budget, you can build it right the first time, but that's pretty rare, I think, in most people's cases. But he's got those dirty dingo adapters with that just rubber bushing frame pad, which I wish we didn't have to run, but at least it's fitting, you know what I mean? But he's been doing some test fitting with the alternator relocation kit he bought. See if you guys can see that. And he's got it's basically converts the truck engine over to like a car LS1 style power steering pump. So that's what that is. And then if you look on his intake, he's got an adapter so he can put an inlet air temp sensor in where the EGR used to go. And then he's got a little LSX Innovations. Oh, that's that block off for that fuel purge thing that goes in the top of the intake. So anyway, he's up down here test fitting some of his exhaust manifolds to do his hot side. And that cut where he cut this truck manifold, keep in mind that's just a truck passenger manifold that's been chopped and flipped upside down. Go to the other side, and we're chopping and trying to fit this other truck manifold that's not flipped, but it's turned around backwards so that it'll angle down where he can miss all the fittings on the power steering gearbox. So anyway, that's a little bit of an update on the Typhoon. If you have any specific questions, let me know. This is going to be a 0453 stock bottom end with a small cam, decapped. I don't know what size the factory injectors are.
23 pounds.
But it's going to be the decap factory injectors, so they're going to flow at least 70. And it'll be controlled with the Holley EFI and have a GT45 Turbo. So if you guys have any specific questions, let me know. I'll try to get the answers as soon as possible. As always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe.